it. Do you ever meet a quote unquote Jew in your life? Nah, motherfucker, you
Yes.
meet a white
Yes.
person who just happens to have
No.
some roots.
I have met. All right, look. All right, let me say this. All right, I got in an argument in my Discord with fucking that one dude. I forget his goddamn name. Right, but like we were arguing about whether or not the Holocaust ever happened. I fucking
Okay.
argued that it did not. Right,
I would
and
argue that it did. Maybe it was misreported, but it did.
I would argue that you don't murder slaves. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like
You don't
niggas who
murder
was over here
slaves?
making because they were slaves to the
What?
German. Like
Come on, Tom. You know
you
that
don't
murders
you don't
happen.
murder slaves. Well, no. Like, yo, you stop feeding them when like the war machine stops happening, right? But you don't murder slaves, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so, like, I'm gonna say this, like,
Tom,
yo,
you are
look,
too Italian. That's the problem.
the one dude in business, yo, hang on, the one dude in business who ever believed in me ever was a Jew. My mentor
Right.
was a Jew, right?
Right.
And I love that dude, and I miss him every day. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could call him, but he's dead, right? And
Right.
he died, and I feel for him. But I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I've met other Jews in my life. I've gotten along with some. I haven't gotten along with others.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't make me an anti-Semite in any way, shape, or form.
Nah.
But I know that there's a difference between Jewish people and white people. Because
Yes,
I've gotten into fights and I've thrown a plate of waffle fries at one of them falafel making motherfuckers because like he wanted to give me shit about not knowing what kosher was.
Yes, I know there's a difference. I'm clear with my point. My point being was simple, right?
What about Sephardics?
We didn't make the damn rules, right?
I didn't make the rules neither, but what I'm trying to tell you is there's a difference between me and white people, all right? But I'm considered white. I'm considered white, but there is nothing about me that's white.
But Tom, this is where I meant by the evolving of the language. So here's how it was historically, right? As what was properly said by TK earlier, that white was exclusatory. It just was by its nature, right?
Yeah,
that's why I said the Italians, the Irish, the Ukrainians, the Russians were all initially excluded. Then what the fuck happened? Oh, well, we'll make certain people acceptable to society.
Whoa,
the Irish
whoa,
never
whoa,
got
whoa,
accepted.
whoa. You gotta, you're kind of right, but you're kind of wrong. And like, you gotta understand that if you frame any social movements in the correct frame, you can make it.
This wasn't a social movement.
Yeah, I feel you. But when you're talking about like broad changes in society, you can make anything sound good or bad depending on how you spin it, right? So
but I wasn't talking good nor bad. I was being completely neutral.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
No. You got to understand that your word's choice, and this is a problem that I obviously still have. Your word choice imbues meaning in what you say.
I know.
Wait. When you try to purposely be neutral, you are losing information in what you're saying. Anyhow,
or maybe somebody's misinterpreting what I'm saying.
I was going to get my car inspected today, right? And you know, I'm saying like, you know, I go to the hood shops or whatever, right? And I'm sitting down at this hood shop between these two black ladies, right? And you know what I'm saying, I'm telling this story about going to my brother's wedding, about how like, you know what I'm saying, like I get there and I'm decked out, I got pinstripes on with the motherfucking fedora and shit, you know what I mean, I'm on whatever, right? And I show up, you know what I mean, and like there's a nigga there, you know what I'm saying, who's his best man, who's wearing motherfucking sandals and shit, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? And like these motherfuckers is like wearing like, you know, like khaki shorts or whatever.
Okay.
And you know what I mean, I'm standing here, we talking about like going down to Kittatinny and motherfucking like, you know, Piccolos and all these Jones that we used to do and all the things that we've been through or whatever. And you know what I mean, I'm over here cutting it up and like these motherfucking bitches is on the floor rolling and they fucking like just laughing their asses off and they're like damn near throwing up, they're laughing so hard at the shit I'm saying, right? And I'm over here, Mike Smith, what up, man? Night Lord, nice to see you out here, right? And fucking I'm standing here and I'm having this conversation with these individuals. And we get on the topic of like how, like, you know, like they say all white people is racist. And I'm like, am I white? And they look at me, you know what I'm saying? They go, no, you one of us. And I go, yeah, but like, I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? None of my shit that I believe in belongs in the same category as y'all. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And this is the problem with the mentality of just like saying white people are a monolith, right? Like Polish motherfuckers is different than, you know what I'm saying? Ukrainians is different than Spaniards is different than
Correct.
French people is different than Germans is different than English is different than Italians is different than Greeks. We all goddamn people.
And
Correct.
about 200 years ago, all of those people you just mentioned were trying to kill each other.
For sure. And here's the other bitch. 200 years ago, their countries all didn't exist.
Most of them didn't.
Kind of.
Most of them.
You know what I mean? In the end of the day.
But Tom, a lot of people aren't understanding the sarcasm. TK, in our conversation, a lot of what I was saying is a sarcasm and is a mirror to society. Because what I was trying to indicate that, like, for black folks, yes, there are some people who have prejudice and stuff, but for the most part, we don't see race like what white America does. And that's what I was putting a mirror up to, what white America specifically does.
Okay, so that is literally the exact opposite of my lived experience. And I hate to use the whole lived experience.
I know people talk only on lived experiences. I wasn't even necessarily just talking on my lived experience.
Well, what I'm saying is though, is like black people see white people as a monolith because like all you see is light skinned and you're not black, right? And
nah, not really though, Tom. Black. We really don't. The only black folks who see white people as a monolith is no one who's ever dealt with white people. Seriously.
Well, yeah, that's the vast majority of black people though, right? Like because in the end of the day, hang on.
In my generation, no. In my generation, shit's definitely changed. So
I'm saying though, right? Like when you talking about somebody who's from New York or Detroit or Chicago or
which are not the majority of black people though. Those are pockets of black people.
Or black people who have been in the country their whole lives down in the South,
No. Because I know a lot of country black folks who aren't like that.
You don't have the opportunity to deal with like a lot of different individuals, right?
But you do though. That's a misconception about black country folk. It's not.
I mean, come on now. Somebody from rural Mississippi hasn't never met
in the country that are more cultured than people would understand.
Well, nah. But like, look, let's keep it 100 though, right? In the end of the day, like black folks from rural Mississippi ain't never met a Guinea. They've never met an Irish person, like an actual like a Boston. They've never met somebody who's from Boston.
Here's the misconception about the South. We meet a lot of different people down South. A lot of people travel, man. And a lot of people move and reside in the South. Literally all kinds of people. So you get used to.
I'm talking Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia.
I understand. I'm talking the South though.
Like Louisiana. Right. You don't like unless you're in like New Orleans, right? Or like some major city area, you are not going to meet. If you're not in the port city, you're not going to meet a lot of people. That's not true though, Tom, is what I'm trying to say. In the South is different, man. Literally, everybody in their descendants mixed. Bro, you would be surprised. Like, you would think, this person I've been to these areas, and I'm from these areas. Motherfuckers live there, grow there, mature there, and die there. You know what I mean? And they don't really have the opportunity to meet a wide variety of individuals. It's just like being in the mountains. Like you don't have the opportunity.
What age demographics are we talking about right now, though? I think that's a key point because the younger the generations are, the less this is true.
I don't know, man. Because I'll be honest with you, right? Like, even with because this is a black and a white thing, right?
Hello,
like. A lot of the white folks, like guys like TK Mao, who come up in, you know what I'm saying, like decent middle class upbringings and shit. You right, Dip?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Dip, you all right, nigga?
I think you got a phone call.
I heard him. Hold on, man. I gotta kill these fucking suds in this motherfucking beer real quick. Right?
Gotcha.
I love Dip. I do. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Fat Andy, what up, man? TK, have you listened to any of my TTS joints? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, You know what I mean? Like a bunch of them have been on skeptical ways. But I'll be honest with you, I'm trying to bring them out here for my fucking fam so they can hear what it is that I'm putting out. I mean, because like I want motherfuckers to have the same understanding that I do about shit when they're hearing my articles and how I read things so they understand how I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're talking about the mold bug joints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been, and they've been a real, like, I've always been kind of lukewarm on mold bug because, like, at the same time, he's not wrong about a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I feel like he's got a real weird, skewed perspective just because he's effectively a professional internet scholar.
Okay. Well, explain to me why that's wrong. Explain to me how that's an issue.
I'm not saying that that's an issue. I'm saying, well, that is an issue in some cases, but probably the biggest one would be that since he is making his money pontificating on the internet, that kind of takes him out of the daily grind to a certain amount that makes him less able to actually relate to regular people. But that's kind of true of anybody who's going to be a leader. So I don't know if that's actually valid.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, because he talks about, you know what I'm saying, individuals who are naturally aristocrats, right? Like, and he literally puts himself in a different conversation as a whole, where he says, he's an architect of government, right? And he says, like, oh, you know, like, fucking, like, they don't want, like, if the time came and they wanted to put all the Jews up against the wall, you know what I mean? He said, like, he'd go first, you know what I mean? Because, like, we don't want you architects around and shit, right? You know what I mean? According to the white nationalists and shit. And I stand here and I thoroughly enjoy his perspective because I'll be honest with you, I listen and I read his stuff and I go, he's saying the same shit that I already do, right? Like a lot of the shit that he says, I intuitively just went to from the gate because I knew this is what it was. And so when I say, like, you know, the white trash no state, and we need to embrace the white trash no state, I feel that way because of the fact that I understand that we're not going to get anywhere unless we understand what we are as people. You know what I mean? Like, if we don't fucking understand that we're all bums in the end of the day, like, we're all lower class and we are not of the ruling class. We're not the oligarchs, and we need to preserve the right to be able to, you know what I mean, preserve the violence at any given time, and that governments are changed, you know what I mean, far surer by bullets than by votes. Like, we have to have that comprehension and understand that. And he just flat puts that the fuck out there. Whereas I go, like, hey, look, y'all are all white trash and it's cool, and you should embrace that and understand what you are, because you are not you do not run this country. I don't give a fuck if you think this is democracy or not. You do not run this goddamn country. That's a highly important ideology that white people need to understand as a whole. And you need to understand fighting. And this is, me and Excel got into this on the stream last night, right? Where Excel was talking about, you know what I'm saying, like the critical race theory shit. And I was like, dude, fighting the critical race theory is like, it's like trying to hold the ocean back with a broom. You know what I mean? Like, you're just fighting the waves. You're not fighting the ocean itself. You know what I mean?
Right. I definitely feel you there. And I've said before that I think CRT is just a new coat of lipstick on a very, very old pig. It is concerning, however, how brazen that particular pig is getting and how thin that lipstick is on it.
Well, you know, as I said, man, like, legitimately, the problem isn't the lipstick.
Yeah.
It's the fucking pig.
I definitely feel you there. but
it's the pig, dude. Legit. That's the problem. It's the fucking pig in the end of the day, right? Like, we are not part of the oligarchy. And this is why I'm bringing these articles out. It's not because of the fact that, like, like, I'm like, oh man, like, fucking, like, I want to copy somebody else's shit. It's because this information here is what I've already fucking brought to you, right? But it's in a manner in which y'all can comprehend. Right. You know what I mean? And like, that's why I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm trying to find a decent TPS burger. I just don't want to pay for it because I don't make any money off of this shit. That'd be different if people donated to me, you know what I'm saying, or like supported this channel. But like, I'll be honest, I make $4 a month off of this bitch. You know what I mean? With fucking 3,000 subs on fucking YouTube. I make $4 a month. I don't chill. I don't fucking try to like go, hey man, guys, come donate to me. You know what I mean? Because like, I feel like I'm doing a public service and helping y'all out by this and helping the world out. And I feel good about doing that. And all the guys who I've guided into becoming better men is enough payment for me personally. Because that's ultimately what I want is I want motherfuckers to be better. You know what I mean? As a whole, not just, what I mean, like, oh, you be a better person, but more like, I want people to go, oh man, like I knew Tom and he helped me to fuck out and helped me find my path in life. And I love that. That to me is amazing. You know what I mean? And that's the shit that really fucking matters to me in the end of the day. But I don't make any money off of this. So I don't want to fucking like put too much into it. You know what I mean?
You're already donating your time, which is a massive fucking investment is the thing.
And I got so much else I can do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could be catfishing right now, but instead I'm over here talking to y'all niggas because I'm drinking and I don't want to fucking drive because I don't want to get banged. You know what I mean? That type of shit. Right? Right? It's just kind of, it's on that level where I'm like, I bring y'all this information because I want y'all to be better off. Like, and I feel like I'm making a dent. Like, out of everybody else on YouTube I started with, even Trippy and all these niggas, like, none of them are at 1,000 subs other than Irate. Right? We all started off together in the same ideology, in the same shit. And I'm the only one here, you know what I'm saying? I'm at 3,000 fucking subs, still growing after the adpocalypse, after being told I'll never be monetized and all that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I want y'all to understand shit that I feel like is important because it's not just me coming to these conclusions. It's this dude, it's TFM, it's all these motherfuckers are coming to the same exact conclusion. And I feel like this dude, not just Menches Mo, but Curtis Yarvin, which is what he's going. He's no longer going by Menches Mo, both. He's going by fucking Curtis Yarvin now, right? Are standing here giving this information out and going, hey, look, this is what it is. The cathedral is fucking running things. Critical race theory is what good, upstanding citizens of the cathedral and the oligarchy really think. And y'all need to fucking fully comprehend that fact and not stand here and have any qualms about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people because unfortunately, we're just kind of coming to grips with this while it is rather advanced in stage if you were going to compare it to like a cancer, right, on the society.
Right. And you can't that's why like I brought that article out today where I said like you cannot I brought this article out where it said you can't ban the idea, you have to ban the whole institution. Right. And before that, I brought out a joint that said the reason why bums always lose, it's because they stand there and try to fight like the fucking oligarchy. You're fighting like you have fucking power. You're fighting in court like that shit fucking matters. They don't give a fuck about you. The only thing they're gonna fucking understand is force. It's that simple in the end of the day.
So you have to wait for a chance for them to be on the ground and then you'd curb stomp them.
That's it, man. That's it. And you change the entire regime and then you fucking crush their institutions in one day and it's over. And the shit changes that moment. Yo, Dip, what up, nigga? I'm sorry, man. We got on some shit. Yo, you're
It's
breaking up real
not
bad,
that
my brother.
simple because I don't know why certain places have terrible connection and others don't.
You're
It
good. You're
makes
good
no
now. You're
sense to
good
me.
now. You're good now, nigga. You're good now, nigga.
I'm good now. Yeah. What it is, because Dr. King and Malcolm X both talked about that. That's part of the reason why they were using the methods that they did. Earlier, I was talking about a white, and, you know, some people took it as a monolith. I'm like, no, I was making a point. It goes into all of this. You talk about the cathedral. Well, people back in the 50s and 60s, pastors and otherwise, were already warning. Certain authors were already warning people, but the masses don't listen. It's like humans, it's kind of when I did a poem earlier, the masses, they wait for a natural disaster to hit before they're like, oh shit, the levees are fucked up. Yes, I'm referencing Hurricane Katrina. And I'm using
Go ahead, man.
illusion and I'm using symbology for the reason because when I start talking on, let's say, a philosophical or psychological level, you know what I'm known with, Tom? Oh no, that's not it. No.
Like look, I was legitimately, I was on the phone earlier with Max Maria, like on his I'm actually on my phone, right, talking to him because I had some shit going on with my kid and I needed some advice, right? And I told him like he was bitching about you because I was talking about Eric and he's like Eric hangs out with that dip motherfucker or whatever he is, right? And I was like, I love Dip, right? Because Dip always brings Dip. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Dip, I know that nigga's gonna bring himself. He's a full-grown nigga. He's a full-grown man. You know what I mean? He has
my
his
parents raised
fucking
me. That's how my
mental
community
about
raised me.
I got you. Right. And that's why I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's why the fuck I like having you to fuck around because you are a full-grown human being with opinions and mentalities and values intact. And we need that right now. You know what I'm saying?
What
At the end of the day.
doesn't understand about me, okay, and I keep bringing it that I understand where you're coming from. You bring, see, I like TK and you. Y'all, we're all from different regions in the nation, right?
Yeah.
And what people don't understand what that honestly indicates, which is why you hear me talk about communities as an anarchist. I constantly, and you talk about communities, you come from a different perspective, but it's the same vein. Yeah. Why do we bring up community so much, Tom? Because both of us also know sociology. So you know where I'm coming from when I say you need communities. This whole white monolith, well, that's what happens when you try to force assimilation onto groups of people who are fundamentally different. That's literally why you get a white or black monolith, because they don't exist. You just doesn't happen. And that was my whole point. It's a satire. All of what I said earlier in a group was a satire, and people would get pissed off. Well, welcome to what black people
you can't read. Hang on. Here's a problem. You can't read satirism in the text.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all about your fucking
Jonathan Swift, who was the author of Gulliver's Travels, was a satirist. If you read his text, you can tell exactly he's being sarcastic.
Well, yeah. I know, but you can't read. All right, you have to understand. All right, so have you ever heard of when I used to have Glass Joe as my Twitter handle?
No.
All right, back in the day, when I fucking first was on YouTube. Well, actually, about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, when I was on YouTube, we used to when the NPC meme came out, and everybody was doing the NPC thing. I decided that I was gonna really do an NPC, and I created the fucking Twitter profile for Glass Joe, the Mike Tyson boxing character, right? You know what I'm saying? And he had 1 win and 99 losses, right? And his one loss,
that dude I showed you, that British dude.
Yo, but his one loss was to a dude who drank more cum out of his woman's vagina than fucking the other dude did, right? And he lost on purpose to give people of color a win, right? You know what I'm saying? And that was a satiric Twitter page. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I literally just went around posting about how terrible white people were and how we should blind them and kill them and all this shit, right?
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? But niggas took me serious, right? Which was fucking, I can't believe anybody took me serious as Glass Joe with the profile I had, right? But that was what it was. You know what I mean? But I had to stand here and understand satire is not read in the text well. is what I'm saying. It's
No,
just not.
no, Tom. It's not even that. It's people get too emotional. Seriously, people
because
don't.
like you know where you are. If you're in my war room, nigga, like you know what it is, right? In my general, you know what it is. Like we discuss real topics in that bitch.
Yeah.
Right? Like we really get it the fuck in my Discord. Like we get it the hell done. You know what I mean? Like we stand here and we grind hard. Mike Schmidt, we will never get big because YouTube hates us, right?
Yeah.
Like YouTube hates our guts. Like it hates me. It hates me so much. Like legitimately, Doku. I sent you the link if you want to join. Right? Fucking like it's in my Discord too. If you didn't,
it likes me when I comment. It doesn't like me when I drop videos. It's serious. That is
it fucking hates my fucking guts. Legitimately, right?
That's because that's because see with me, I might cuss and shit, but I told a line of I'm intellectual with it. You don't give a fuck. You just don't care.
What do you expect
Why
out of
would
a
I
fucking
care?
gorilla?
Like
that's
I'm
what
like,
I mean. See, I'm Caesar from the Planet of the Apes. You're like I'm telling you, you're Tarzan's dad. If you know the movie, you're Tarzan's fucking dad, bro. You're the silverback doesn't give a fuck.
No fucks given. Like look, legitimately, like I was talking to my kid today and just why I had to call fucking Max. My son's in jail, right? And like they fucking listening on his phone calls and shit. And I told the dude, I was like, I need an opportunity to have a legal discussion with my son. Right. And this dude's like, I need that in writing. I was like, no, the fuck you don't. He has a constitutional right to have a fucking legal discussion with my son. Right. Yeah. And he's like, no, I have other kids here waiting on this nonsense. Right. And like, I'm just standing here and I'm like, man, listen, like, because I need to tell my kids some shit without having to talk in a fucking pigeon. You know what I mean? And I'm like me and him's going back and forth on some street.
I mean, if he was in prison, you wouldn't even have that problem.
Right, like
a lot of states.
We was going back and forth on some street shit, and he's like, "Pops, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a lamb forever, nigga. I'm a lion." You know what I mean? I was like, "I feel you, son." You know what I mean? And like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, "Yo, look," you know what I'm saying? But lions don't lose sleep over the thoughts of sheep. You know what I mean? You never man a sword to harm your family in the end of the day. And oftentimes you can't see the light of the motherfucking end of the tunnel from the entrance, but believe it is there. You know what I mean? And we got to go back and forth with this pigeon shit on some nonsense where I got to speak to him on some hood shit. And I don't want to have to fucking do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have to fucking stand here and do this shit, but I got to explain to him like, yo, look, your mom is putting a lawsuit on the fucking place that you're in right now. I need you to calm the fuck down and relax. We got a good offense for your defense. You know what I mean? Like, in the end of the day, like, bro, don't worry about it, yo. We can run the ball out on these motherfuckers. Just calm down and fucking relax. I got this. You know what I mean? I sit there, I put a fucking fire under his mom's ass. Like, yo, legitimately. Like, yo, I got in this bitch's fucking ass, and she was like, yo, I got this. Right? And the mom went, his mom went in there, is fucking like, yo, his mom works at the state capitol. She knows like fucking senators and representatives and shit, and she in there just fucking raising the hell with everybody. You know what I mean? I was like, go get him, bitch. You know what I mean? I fucking put a battery in this bitch's back. You know what I mean? But like legitimately, like I can't talk to my fucking son and shit about it. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want him involved in the nonsense and smiling in their fucking face like, eat a dick, you can't do shit to me. I want him to get through this nonsense so he can get the fuck out and get the fuck home. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yo, look, I only fucking breed with like real bitches. Like, I'll be honest with you. I don't like, I know like motherfuckers, like I got like fucking 5 babies, moms and shit or whatever it is. You know what I mean? But I'll be real. We go ham. Like, it is what it is.
I'm just trying to get one, honestly. I'm trying to get one woman, and I ain't trying to be because you know how it is out here, Tom. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous, man.
I feel you.
I'm old school with shit. And also like a lot of yes, you can sleep around, sure. Why the fuck would I want to get with a chick who I can't actually have a damn conversation with? Seriously.
I'm like, yo, because you got niggas like us. That's why. Because your bitch will never be able to bang with you on a level that me or TK can. That's why. There's no female on the planet that's going to be able to give you the challenge
There's none.
You'd be surprised.
No,
You'd be surprised.
I would. Like, unless she's like challenging me on some shit where like, you know what I mean, some female to male shit, you know what I mean? Where like she's like, oh nigga, you know, you cut your toenails on some nonsense or whatever.
No, see, Tom, you gotta understand.
What did I miss?
You gotta understand. This is what, and I wish young men were taught this. I had to learn this the hard way, right? Every man attracts a certain type of woman. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are and what. And there's a reason I'm saying this, because for me, there are certain types of chicks that you bring up. They just wouldn't deal with me. I wouldn't deal with them. At most, we would be friends. At most, all the super sluts, all of the ratchet chicks, they don't even be in my vicinity. Either they're too intimidated or they know they ain't gonna get that fuck shit off on me. So they don't even try.
Is the pussy good?
They don't even try, bro. They already know what time it is with me. With women, like God say, oh my God,
I'm saying though, like, yo, like here's the other half of that, right? Like, I'll be honest with you. Here's the other half of that on some real shit.
I wouldn't even fuck them. I'm serious.
No. I'm saying like the bitches that are on your level, is the pussy good?
Yeah. The fuck you mean? I've never had a bad sexual experience.
I've had plenty of bad sexual experiences.
Well, I'm trying to drop game on the young dudes because they think, oh, she just fine. Yeah, but she might be fine of bullshit, and she just lay there and hang
hang on, man. Ain't just that. Like, yo, you can have a bitch just lay there and have some fun, right? But what I'm saying is, like, yo, look, nigga, I will fucking like make a bitch into a puppet. You know what I mean? Like, I will tie the fucking ropes under the bed. You pull her legs up, her arms go up.
That's your preference, Tom. You're basically warlord material, Tom. You're warlord material. That's why you thought Tom's doing it.
This dude into all the kinky shit, bro. I'm telling you.
I ain't into kinky shit at all. Like,
kinky shit, bro. Don't even play.
No. He has the attitude of a warlord. That's his deal.
And a lot of them were into some funky kinky shit, bro. Trust and believe that.
No kinky shit. I just want a bitch to shut the fuck up and make me a steak. That's all the fuck I want. How is that so goddamn hard?
I actually like having a conversation. I actually don't like chicks who just fucking mute, because I can't fucking read them. Like, it's like, if you just mute, then how the fuck do I know what the fuck's on your damn mind?
I have that problem.
Dealing with bullshit.
I have that problem, but I'll be real, it's only because I intimidate bitches, right?
I do as well.
Well, right. Like, let me put this way, right? Like, so my baby's mom's, right? She can't have a conversation with me in person, because she is concerned about whether or not her jaw will remain as one bone or not.
What is wrong with you, Tom? Why?
Yo, look, because I have gotten drunk a few times and may done shit while I was drinking. Like, yo, nigga, look, I get drunk.
Man.
I get drunk sometimes and lose my fucking mental. I don't even know what happened. Like, I blacked out one time when I was drinking, and I may have rocked this bitch, and then fucked the brakes off of her and left her laying there just twitching in bed. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
I ain't even try to do that to anybody, because it's control. Because I know, listen, I ain't trying to drop a body unless I need to. That's my position.
Drop a body, nigga. Like, yo, I'm not talking about drop a body. Like, yo, look, all right, dropping a body is a different situation in the end of the day, right? Like, you know, I'm not talking about
sex and violence. Often are like sex and violence are basically fuck buddies.
Yeah, see, Psycho,
yes, it is. Have you looked at the relationship between Mars and Venus?
Yeah.
No.
I would.
Sex and war are practically together.
I'm not trying to fight the woman I'm fucking. Like, no.
Metaphysically speaking, sex and war are more intimate than people are led to believe. Yeah, and this goes all the way back to ancient Greek thought between Mars and between Aphrodite and Ares, and when those two got together.
Start that retarded ass nonsense and shit. And this nigga's over here fucking gonna take it on some like, yo, the goddamn stars is aligned with Jupiter and shit.
No. I'm just saying, sex and violence go hand in hand together. And that shit has been true since ancient times. There, I could break it down like that. No. Tell me this, okay? Genghis Khan.
Okay, what about Genghis Khan?
I don't know.
Yeah, what about
Been killed.
He
Like,
said, I don't know.
He
He said, tell me this Genghis Khan. I'm like, what about Genghis Khan? He's like, I don't know, nigga.
Yeah, what about
what you're talking? You're talking about. What you're talking about is the relationship between love. Hold on, real quick. What Nav is talking about? What Nav? What you're talking about is the relationship between love and hate. At the end of the day, you're just talking about passion. Hey, you can be passionate to love. You can be passionate to hate. Doesn't fucking matter. Passion's passion.
If I go to war, it's not because I hate somebody.
But the intention is different.
But it's same energy. It's just different attitudes about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the opposite of love isn't hate; it's apathy.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that mentality.
That is actually
great, my brother.
Yeah,
that is actually correct. Because
you need to have experienced love before you can hate somebody.
Psycho, real shit, nigga. Like, yo, never expect a bitch to inspire you to do shit. You need to inspire yourself to do things. I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
Why not, bro?
Let me keep it 100 with you. Nah. Like, yo, never rely on a bitch to keep you straight.
I didn't say rely. I just said, why would you? First of all, why would you be with a woman who can't inspire you, will drag your ass down? Why would you be with?
Nah. Like, yo, because you're supposed to inspire you. I inspire bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a bitch text me today. She said, you inspire me to be a better woman and stand here and try to do better with my cooking. Like, nigga, like, yo, because I inspire other niggas. I'm saying it should be
reciprocal, though, Tom.
It's basically Tom goes from a very alpha male mentality. That's how he's coming from us. Okay, I get where he's coming from. We're both of us are Latins. The culture is similar because men are expected to lead and women are expected to serve.
Like, yo, you lead, your kids and wives follow. You know what I'm saying? You be the example of what the fuck it is you want to have in your fucking peoples and shit.
Oh, the thing is, if you're not working every goddamn day of your fucking life to try to make yourself a better person tomorrow than you are today, no one's gonna fucking follow you. You should be fucking focusing on yourself. When you focus on yourself and you try to make yourself a better person tomorrow than you are today, people will naturally fucking follow you because people, to be blunt, and I'm sure Pino will agree with me on this one, most people are fucking weak.
Yeah.
Yo, you're absolutely on that
absolutely
level.
Right.
Psycho, let me say this, nigga, like on the end of the day, right? Let me put this way. Never climb out of your square into somebody else's, right? Always stay in your fucking square. Do what's good for you, not what's good for other people. All right.
It's also a Psycho. Here's something my father told me. Okay, and this may sound a little bit more crass. You need to look out for number 1 before you are able to look out for numbers 2, 3, and 4. Because if you're not looking out for yourself, you can't expect other people to be able to look out for you.
No, but if you can't look out for yourself, you can't really look out for other people.
Exactly.
I'll be real with you, Psycho. Like, yo, my 2-year-old is more adorable than my 6-week-old. I'll be honest with you. Like, yo, real shit. Yo, my 2-year-old is more adorable than my babies, like my infants. Like, yo, it fucks me up because I'm like, goddamn, like, yo, my fucking 2-year-old is so goddamn fucking cute, and she looks just like my baby sister. It fucks me up. Like, yo, because I miss my little sister. Like, yo, she's fucking awesome and shit. I don't talk to her no more, and I miss the fuck out of her. And, like, you don't understand, like, the amount of times, like, yo, look, a nigga put his hands on my sister one time, right? And I was on a bus, this black dude, he put his hands on my little sister, and I drugged this nigga off the bus in the middle of, like, fucking State Street. And I whooped this nigga's ass in 4 lanes of traffic and stopped traffic, fucking this nigga up, right? You know what I mean? Like, yo, and like, yo, that was for my little sister. You know what I mean? Like, in the end of the day, I miss my little sister. And
you know what is funny?
Just like her. You know what I mean?
Peter, that's because you give a shit. You'd be surprised how many people out there don't give a shit. Like, when we're talking about taking, doing everything in your power to watch out for number 1. And we're talking about it from the perspective, if you don't watch out for number 1, you can't take care of 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, or 12. That doesn't fucking matter. But if you don't give a shit, especially if you don't give a shit about number 1, bro, it's just a moot fucking point.
Well, you gotta understand that number 1 is utmost, right? Like, yo, you are your star player in the end of the day. right? And if you ain't taking care of yourself, you don't give a fuck about yourself, you don't believe in yourself, like I feel for you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it is right now. You know, and I stand here and I told my man today, I was like, look, I'm a religious man. Right? I know there's not a lot of religious people out here, whatever. All these internet motherfuckers like, oh, you know, there's no God, all this. But I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, yo, God has looked out for me in many a motherfucking times.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, he looked out for me in many. Like, nigga, I've been shot, stabbed, ran over with a fucking car and shit. You know what I mean? Still here, banging, rocking, doing what I gotta do. You know, like fucking, like, man, I have fucking went through the goddamn ringer and shit. And I'll be honest with you. I told my man tonight, I said, I feel God's hand on my back pushing me uphill. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to get where I need to be at. And that's of the utmost important to me. You know what I mean? And I told motherfuckers, like, I started the Church of Jesus Christ is not a bitch made nigga because of the fact, right? That, like, I'm like, oh, look, I'm sick of the fucking church standing here telling you to be sheep. In the end of the day, like, what you need to be is lions. You know what I mean? And don't let these motherfuckers get a goddamn inch off of y'all ever. You know what I mean? That's where my mentality is.
Oh, you know, Pino, it's not even just that, dude. Like, when you look at people, if you're not willing to take care of yourself and make yourself a better person, why the fuck would I even trust you to take care of anybody else you care about? There's no way in hell I'm gonna look at you and be like, yeah, that's a reliable person.
But how many?
Yeah, fuck.
How many people hire? How many people hire or get in a relationship with someone like that?
Oh, exactly. You don't even have to be religious.
It's the 80-20 rule, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't even have to be religious, but it's like, damn, dude, if you can't try to aspire to be a better person, if you can't aspire to take care of yourself, I sure as shit am not going to expect you to take care of anybody else. Like, nah, man, I'll do it my damn self. I don't fucking need your help.
Even Joshua says that you have to treat your body like a temple. I mean, Jesus Christ even says this.
Like, yo, I got hit with that diabetes diagnosis and shit in December. I dropped 45 pounds. I cut all carbs out of my diet, started walking 3 miles a fucking day, and every night I fucking worked the goddamn heavy bag for fucking like 45 fucking minutes. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fucking stand here and do for yourself and take care of yourself in the end of the day, because you can't look in your kids' eyes and go, I'm not gonna be there when you're old enough to fucking get married. You know what I mean? Like, what happens when that dude comes to the door someday? You know what I mean? You looking at her, you know what I mean? And like fucking like, yo, you can't fuck that nigga up because you're too old and shit. You know what I mean? What happens? You ain't able to protect your family? Is that the type of motherfucker you want to be?
At best, you have a gun.
I've set a goal for myself that I still want to be able to be in a position where I can kick ass even in my 70s and 80s, where I can still fuck people up even at old age. Essentially, be like old Bruce Wayne from Batman Beyond, like not in his prime anymore, but he could still fuck niggas up.
Well, to touch on what TK said, yeah, you might have a gun, or you might be, like Navi said, you might be willing to fuck somebody up, but you would be surprised how many people are too much of pussies to pull the trigger, too weak to fucking throw a punch.
Yo, look, legally, you can't pull a trigger on a young man, right, for dating your daughter. But like, yo, look, let's be honest here, right? You gotta be able to fucking throw something into his rib cage is gonna matter. You want to be like 55 years old and not be able to throw a punch no more?
But Pinoid, let's not beat around the bush, dude. You know if that kid fucking put hands on your fucking daughter, you'd pull the damn trigger. Don't bullshit me, bro. I know the fuck you would.
Nah, nigga. Nah. Like, yo, I'm gonna take my time with a motherfucker. Like, yo, you understand like what type of dude I am, right? Like, yo.
Oh, no, fair enough.
It's like, yo, you put hands on somebody I give a fuck about, like real shit. I'm gonna take my time with you. Right, it's different. Like, there's different situations. Like, I had them dudes come to the door looking to collect for fucking my pops and shit, because he be out here borrowing money to do his fucking coke and shit.
But see, you're already saying what I'm alluding to. You know, you wouldn't fucking let that shit go. It's like, nah, bro, you fucking dug your grave. You're gonna fucking lie in it. Now, how you go about doing that? That's up to you. I'm saying, like, yo, I'll be honest with you, right? Like I'm not a type of dude to bullshit about the things I've done in my lifetime, right? You know what I mean? Like, I've taken a nigga and I've beaten him to the point where I put his ribs into his fucking lung cage and put him in a fucking coma and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I've stood here and I've done a lot of negative things where like I've deformed motherfuckers the rest of their goddamn life and shit. Right. And, you know, understand something. I reserve that right. And I'm going to continue to reserve that right as long as I have the ability. And I'm going to try to maintain my body to have that ability as long as possible.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
But see, that's my point though, is because at the end of your statement about Jesus Christ is not what again?
You're supposed to be a fucking lion. You're not supposed to be a sheep.
Exactly. And
he's not a bitch made nigger.
Yeah.
And that's the point. If somebody fucks with somebody you love or you care about, yo, that's your grave. You dug it. You're gonna lie in it. And if I'm gonna have to be the one to shove you in it, so fucking be it. You know, we're not just gonna be pushovers and be like, oh, you did this, you did that. Oh, I'm gonna let you go. No, no, that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
We're biologically wired to protect those we care about. It's part of evolutionary biology.
And I think part of this conversation should also be that if you are weak, then you start thinking like a weakling. So just not getting weak in the first place is just the easiest way to do that.
Right. And this is, you know, look, and this plays back in Doku. I'm gonna tell you where I came from with this original mentality as a whole, right? Is that, you know, I mean, like, as men, we need to understand that we're all like white trash and we're all fucking, you know what I mean, like peasants in this fucking oligarchy that we live in as a whole, right? And we need to preserve the right to preserve the violence, because fighting inside of the courts and fighting inside of the system is never going to help us as a whole, right? The only thing that's going to fucking stand here and save our society, our nation, and our fucking lives, our fucking our people, our communities, our families, is if we understand that we're peasants and we fight as peasants and we reserve the right to violence.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. I don't disagree with you at all, because this is something I've been trying to tell people for quite some time now. Do you think the people you elect into office, do you think the billionaires and millionaires, I don't care if it's Donald Trump, I don't care if it's Bernie Sanders, I don't care if it's fucking Joe Biden, I don't care if it's Hillary Clinton, do you think these people that you elect into positions of power, positions of authority, do you think they really give a fuck about you? Because I have an unfortunate fact for you. It doesn't matter if they're a CEO, CFO. It doesn't matter if they're a banker. Doesn't matter if they're owner of a hedge fund. Doesn't matter if they're your elected official that's supposed to represent you. They do not give a fuck about you. The sooner you fucking realize that, is the sooner you will actually do better for yourself. Your boss does not give a flying fuck about you.
TK, nigga. TK, my nigga. Unmute yourself.
What up?
Yo, man, what I tell you this week, nigga?
My boss doesn't give a shit about me.
Yeah, that's the exact same shit. Yo, Doku, that is the exact shit I just told that nigga this week. Like, yo, that's the exact shit I just told that nigga this week.
Am I wrong? Do you think your boss cares about you? Do you think your elected official cares about you? Do you think the banker who owns your mortgage, owns your house, cares about you?
No, hold up. Psycho. Yes, I think you should give a fuck about you. You are the only person who gives a fuck about you.
I think my boss has an incentive to appear like he gives a shit about me. That's about it.
The only reason your boss gives a fuck about you is because you produce product and profit. That's it. He does not give a damn about you, bro. Do you think your boss cares about your family?
Oh,
your
God,
boss
no.
doesn't. Yeah, your boss doesn't give a shit about your family. You know who does care about you? Your fucking family. They care about you. Why do you think they want to destroy the fucking family? Is because they want you reliant. They want you subservient. That is the whole fucking purpose. And I know this sounds nefarious, like some sort of dystopian, grand conspiracy theory. It's not. Is there any way you can prove me wrong? Do you think larger society gives a flying fuck about you, your family, your kids?
Psycho nigga, how long, Psycho? I got a question for you. How long have you known me? Right, I want you to put it in the chat how long you have known me, nigga. Like, real shit. I want you to put in the chat right now how long you have known me, right? Legitimately. Right now, I want you to fucking put in the chat the amount of years that you have fucking known me. Real shit. That's what I want you to do at the fucking moment, nigga. Because this nigga saying 3 years. You know me 3 years. Have I ever spoken any bullshit to you? In these 3 fucking years you have known me, have I ever put out to you or put out to any of these niggas here any shit that has ever motherfucking spoken to you that motherfucking legitimately would motherfucking stand here and motherfucking make you pause and go, Tom Pease ain't fucking telling me the truth? Right? Because I'm be real with you. There's a nigga on this stream right now who legitimately I pulled out of his fucking bullshit and made this nigga become a man. 2 niggas in this fucking stream right now who I've done so with. Right? We fam out this bitch. May not be blood. You know what I'm saying? We may not be motherfucking like, you know what I'm saying, neighbors and shit. But I'll be honest with you. I ain't never gonna fucking steer you wrong. In the end of the day. Yo, fucking Neffel nigga.
Present.
Now look here, I have a question for you. You got my phone number?
Yeah.
I got yours too, right?
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Right? When you met me, how was your lifestyle?
I'd say pathetic.
Right? And like, yo, you got your own crib now?
Yeah.
You got your own car now?
Working on it, planning to get my license this month.
Right? You got your own job now?
Yeah.
You handle your fucking business?
Yeah.
You investing?
Yeah.
Like, yo, look, nigga, real shit. We motherfucking put niggas on point. You know what I'm saying? That's how the fuck it is we do. We fam out this bitch. That's how the fuck this works. All right? I treat everybody the same way I do everybody, whether you're family, whether you're motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, somebody I know, or somebody who's new here. I treat everybody like they fucking family. You will always get Tom Pease no matter what the fuck happens. All right? So don't say you ain't got no family out here. Real shit. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You ever need some shit, you come to Tom Pease. You know what I'm saying? If you a stand-up motherfucker out here, and you know what it is, you've been part of this fam 3 fucking years on some nonsense. You ever need some shit, you can always come and go, hey, look, man, I need a handout. Got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I've stood here and helped niggas retire off of this fucking channel, off my motherfucking financial advice and shit. You know what I mean? That's how the fuck it works. In the end of the day, that's what we supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. That's the type of niggas we are. Doku, nigga. Me and you back and forth. How much financial advice have we given on this channel, bro?
Well,
we've spent
Psycho,
entire
the reason
night.
why you're lacking a purpose of what founders get is because you didn't spawn the kid yourself.
Yeah, no, Pinoy, we spent entire fucking nights. You've come to me, we've gone like what, 2-3 hours just for one video?
Yo, just standing here, motherfucking, you know what I mean, like, you know, doing what it is that, you know, fucking we doing shit. You know what I mean? Like fucking handing out financial advice to these motherfuckers to, you know what I mean, help motherfuckers get their goddamn shit together and shit.
Oh, because people need to learn how to fucking invest, manage their own finances. Like, don't go to somebody else to do it. You should be able to handle your own fucking shit. If you can't, you're gonna have to fucking learn, because otherwise you're gonna be fucked the rest of your entire fucking life. Don't live your life in debt. Don't live your life being beholden or being a serf to some person who has God knows how much more money than you're ever gonna make in your entire fucking life. You want to know why they have more money than you? Because they fucking took the time and effort to learn how to make money, and you didn't. That's the only fucking excuse you have. I don't want to hear this. Oh, I wasn't born into money or this. You could, if I could sit here and turn around and make tens of thousands of dollars, starting off nothing, you sure as shit can do it too. You just have to put some effort into it. You have to be willing to take some risk. If you don't think you can't do the same damn thing, I don't want to fucking hear it.
I would like to point out that what you two are saying is technically illegal, because you're not allowed to give financial advice unless you're.
Yeah, let me say this, man. I am not a financial planner. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but like, you know, every once in a while, I catch some shit where, like, you know, I know what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm gonna help you out. You know what I mean?
You're right, but I'm just pointing out the reason you don't get this kind of talk everywhere else is because you're going to start getting lawsuits because, like, you're going to say some dumb shit as a passing comment about fucking Shiba Inu, and then somebody's going to buy in at the top, and then they're going to sue you.
All right, I'll hit the disclosure.
I did that shit. I did that shit, nigga. Like, yo, legit, I put 500 into the top, and my shit is down to $128 right now. But I'm holding, nigga. I'm not letting go until I can make my money back at minimum.
All right, I'll hit the disclosure part of this. This is all opinion. We're not financial advisors. This is not professional advice. Don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose. There you go. Done.
This is for entertainment purposes only. But on the real shit, yo, get your life together, niggas.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like, the entire point of all of this bullshit is to destroy men. So if we just are men and not destroyed, then we win.
Wait, hang on a minute. Yo, TK Mount, nigga, they're not standing here and motherfucking like, yo, help you get to where the fuck you at too, nigga. Like, yo, nigga, like, yo, I fucking, man, listen, I be raising niggas up all the goddamn time. And like, yo, I feel like I don't get credit for what it is that I fucking do sometimes. Cause like niggas be looking at me like Tom Peace. Oh, by the way, did y'all hear about Full Metal Joker?
No,
Yeah, I heard.
Yo, Full Metal Joker went and fucking moved out of his mom's house, got a job, his motherfucking looking at getting a goddamn apartment and shit.
That's good.
Hey, good on him. Like, the more you invest in yourself, the more you can actually help bring yourself up, but you also bring everybody else around you up too.
Let's hope that next year, when he maybe has enough saved up to buy a house or put down a down payment, BlackRock hasn't bought everything.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I have some opinions about that.
Really? You have some opinions? Because I have some opinions too, and I bet you my opinions don't match yours.
Okay, all right. How do you feel about that, Pinoid?
I feel like the Fed is the problem and not BlackRock.
Well, yeah.
No.
No, you're not wrong at all, and I agree. And
I'm not blaming BlackRock. Like, yo, what they're doing is they're paying over market price for houses because of the fact that the Fed owns like fucking, a third of all mortgages and are not letting the goddamn fucking whatchamacallit, what the hell's that shit? Fucking the Fed's owning 1/3 of all mortgages and they're not letting the market fucking collapse at all. So in doing so, like BlackRock just invested in the housing market, you know what I'm saying? And, they're doing rent back securities because they know they can always make money if they fucking keep up on their credit shit.
What BlackRock is doing is they have an excess of money, largely due to the Fed and monetary policy. And I don't want to hear anybody sit here and go, oh, it's Trump or it's Biden. They're both to blame for this shit. Do you think somebody who's going to be put in this position of power is going to be able to fight the Fed? The last person that tried that was fucking Kennedy. Look what happened to him. You're not going to fight the fucking Fed. So I don't want to hear it. This is not a Republican versus Democrat thing. You want to know what the fuck is going on? BlackRock's sitting here like, well, shit. They just injected a shit ton of money into the economy while at the same time shutting it down for a fucking year, which was, in this case, not Trump's fault. So, oh crap, we don't have yield, but we're leveraged. What are we going to look at? I don't know, maybe something that might, at a bare minimum, hedge us against inflation, which will be coming. You hear people talking about inflation right now. Look at the velocity of money. Velocity of money right now is shit. The supply chain is what's been
negative.
damaged.
Like, the velocity of money is going negative at this fucking point.
Yeah, exactly, because they damaged the supply chain.
A lot of multinational companies and tech firms are getting money from the Fed.
But
3/4, get your ass in here.
Well, let me, the links in the Discord, my nigga, if you want to come join, just so you know. Yo, look, I'm gonna say this, right? Like, yo, I am not my white boy shit fucking. Hang on, let me get back to my joint and make sure I fucking got this nigga has a goddamn wrench and shit. Fuck, hold up. You ain't got a wrench, I'll give you a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench on my channel because, like, I don't want anybody ever to fucking get fucking silence on my channel and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's always free speech. But, like, yo, I'm not blaming BlackRock. I'm blaming the Fed because, like, they're propping up the fucking housing market and shit.
Well,
right?
BlackRock's just chasing yield. That's all they're doing right now. They're not buying up commercial real estate, let alone residential real estate, because they want to be your landlord. No, dude, BlackRock is doing anything any other hedge fund or pension fund or any other large Wall Street fund is going to do. They're trying to make a fucking profit. Do you think they're doing this because they want to be your overlord?
I heard somebody stand here and they bitched about Coca-Cola and Pepsi being owned by BlackRock and Vanguard, right? And I was like, yo, that's weird. I mean, Vanguard's like one of the largest providers of 401ks in the fucking country and shit. And I mean, I wonder why it is they own Coca-Cola and Pepsi. All these niggas is just looking for yield. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and again, like, do you know what rent-backed securities are, Doku?
Oh, yeah. Well, specifically, they're looking at mortgage-backed securities. But, yeah, they're...
No, not mortgage, rent-backed securities.
Okay, so they're playing an even more risky game, which tells me even more they're just chasing yield. Why? Because you know what doesn't get good yield right now, even though it should, especially in an inflationary environment? Gold and silver. And that is a totally different topic of conversation.
Yo, look, seriously.
I wonder why that is.
You've seen my videos on the fraud of motherfucking goddamn is it JP Morgan or is it fucking Morgan Stanley?
It's JP Morgan. Yes, the gold and silver market is artificially manipulated through the same reason mortgage-backed securities and real estate are manipulated.
Famine here, man. Yo, B Token's in this bitch, nigga. B Token is in my motherfucking chat right now. He's a goddamn YouTube star, right? I feel fucking privileged to have this nigga in my chat room right now. I just want to say that, right? It's like, yo, but rent-backed securities is the real thing, right? Like where like they're fucking standing there doing like fucking the bundles of rent-backed securities and selling them to fucking pension funds and 401ks and whoever, right?
I mean, if you think mortgage-backed securities or mortgage-backed derivatives specifically would be the proper term are risky, look at ones that are actually contingent upon someone actually paying their rent on time. You want to talk about fucking risk yield, and you can get worse than mortgage-backed securities, because with mortgage-backed securities, at least you might be looking at something like AG&C or a Stag, where the people that's paying your fucking rent are either the government or companies like Amazon or Walmart. You'd start looking at a residential base. You're looking at rent-backed. Okay, I mean, if you really want to run the risk, go ahead and be my guest. But I sure as shit am not buying a share in your company.
They're 1 year. They're 1 year fucking contracts, so they can charge exorbitant amounts on them and shit. You know what I mean? And there's millions and millions of them, and they keep getting created every fucking year and shit. You know what I mean? And rolling over. Like
what they don't realize is the more and more that you put these derivative assets out there onto the market and they start changing hands, you're almost guaranteeing that these people are not going to be able to actually pay their fucking rent, because you're going to be raising the price of it so damn much. Guess what happens when all the adjustable rate mortgages come due, and all of a sudden,
there's no adjustable rate mortgages.
No, not anymore, but there's quite a few that haven't come due.
Well,
this is what happened back in 2008, 2009.
Listen.
What do you think?
Listen, Linda. All right.
Linda, really? That's just a kick in the balls, bro. Damn.
Yo, listen. All right. The problem is like, yo, we're talking about BlackRock, nigga. These niggas don't have APRs and shit. They ain't got arms. You know what I mean? They do not have arms, nigga. You know what I mean? They got straight mortgages. And here's the real bitch. They're not paying mortgages. They're paying fucking cash for these joints, right? So these Jones are fucking completely guaranteed. And on top of that, they're getting them at basically a negative fucking interest rate, because they're getting their money out the goddamn fucking their discount window.
Now, the thing is, though, Pinoid, a lot of the mortgages that they're buying right now are still built on ARMs. So they're buying them regardless if they even hold it. What's smart about BlackRock and all these Wall Street pension funds buying these mortgage-backed securities up, they're not the ones that got to get screwed over. It's the banks that lent out those adjustable rate mortgages in the first place.
The adjustable rate mortgages aren't an issue right now. The issue is the fact that BlackRock is using the fucking discount window with the Fed to buy these fucking mortgages.
Oh, that is the other issue. But you put the two of them.
That's the problem. That's what we were originally discussing, was BlackRock and buying these fucking rental properties and shit, right? Over the price of what the fuck they're worth, right? So they're literally like using the money out of their fucking fund, you know what I'm saying, and borrowing the shit from the fucking Fed at 0% interest to stand here and buy these fucking houses and shit. There's no arms involved.
I know the banks that are holding these mortgages still have them on arms. When it comes to groups like BlackRock, you're correct. They're just coming in and just like, yeah, we've got an extra, 200 million worth. Yeah, we're going to come in and buy all these groups. They don't care what the underlying mortgage is. And again, a lot of these mortgages are bad mortgages. Some of them are armed, some of them aren't.
Well, they're not even buying mortgages, son. They're building new fucking houses.
And that is the other issue. And that's the one I actually have a point of contention with.
Well, here's the cool thing, though. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, this shit happened. This is not the first time this has happened, right? You know what I mean? Because this dates back the whole way to like 2011, 2012. And originally what ended up happening was they sold off a lot of these properties at some point and sold them to the fucking homeowners and shit who were already, or sold them to the renters who were already there. Right? So it may end up happening again. You know what I mean? Because like they just got out of the rental market because like the fucking cost of rent was collapsing and like they ended up just, you know what I mean, cashing out. You know what I mean? And not being able to fucking raise the rent prices and shit. You know what I mean? Which is positive and more motherfuckers end up becoming home buyers. But the real issue with all this is, and this is the problem with like niggas who are standing here like, and I can't believe you got taken in by this dumb shit. Cause I'll be honest with you, nigga, like you need to watch my channel. Like Doku, nigga, I feel some sort of kind of way about a dude who's as close to me as you are not watching my videos and shit, right? Because like I explain this shit in that you can't believe what these dumb niggas is telling you.
Oh no, dude, I've been watching. I just haven't been commenting, but I will tell you there are two issues right now that are going on that people are not fucking talking about. The first off, when you look at what's going on with a lot of the mortgages that companies like BlackRock and a lot of these Wall Street pension funds are buying up, they're buying up bad debt. They're buying up bad debt. And it's debt that's been around for over fucking 10 years. Hey, this shit doesn't just go back to the 2008 collapse. This shit's been around since the fucking 70s, 80s, and 90s. They're buying up bad debt because they're chasing yield. The other issue that's going on right now is that they're outbidding everybody else who's a legitimate fucking homeowner because they're chasing debt and they're driving the prices up so damn much.
No, that's not the problem, right?
No, look at what happened.
Nah. Like, yo, look, you don't understand, right? When the Fed holds a third of all American mortgages in the NBA, and like they own like fucking $2.5 trillion of fucking, goddamn fucking MBS products, right? You know what I mean? And then them holding $2.5 trillion in MBS products and shit, they're standing here like fucking, hang on, let me get my brain together, man, because I'm drinking and shit. They're standing here when they hold $2.5 trillion, which is a third of all U.S. mortgages, right? They're propping up the market. So guys like BlackRock are coming in and buying these fucking homes.
Because
they know they're gonna make money. They know they're gonna make money because the Fed's not gonna let the market.
Because the Fed will be the buyer of last resort. That's not even what I'm talking about, dude. What I'm talking about is that you have BlackRock coming in buying up properties that aren't even propped up by the Fed, and they're pricing people out of the market who would normally be able to buy a house, and they're artificially inflating the price.
Why wouldn't they when they know damn well that the Fed's not going to let the market collapse?
Because if you don't have a buyer, guess what? Give it enough time, the price is going to collapse anyways.
The Fed's not going to let it, nigga. The Fed has signaled they are not going to let the market collapse.
And that's how we end up with another 2008, 2009 situation all the fuck over again.
No, you don't, because the Fed is now buying MBS products.
Well, bro, it's just going to end up like 2008, 2009. There is no way around it.
It won't. And I'm going to tell you why, right? Like, legitimate. Again, between 2008 and 2021, what was the lowest point that the Fed got to with fucking percentage of home ownership that they had in America?
Bro, we're already at almost 0%.
Listen to me.
If we go into the negative,
answer my question. Do you know what the number is?
And we were at 0.25 was the lowest, I believe.
No, listen to me. What was the lowest percentage of home ownership of fucking mortgages that the Fed owned?
Oh, I don't remember that one, so you're gonna have to remind me.
A third.
I don't.
21%. They never got below 21% of the fucking mortgage market. You understand? They're not going to let that fucking market collapse again. It's nationalized at this point.
So basically, we're already under a socialist state.
There we go, my nigga. There we go. Why is it Neffels ahead of Doku?
Because I don't think that shit's sustainable. I do not.
I don't care if you think the shit's sustainable or not. I'm telling you the truth. Am I lying to you, nigga?
The Fed can have negative equity. They can just keep buying everything at retarded prices forever because they're the Fed. They issue the currency.
They issue the currency, and they have all the guns and all the nukes. I mean, they practically have the entire household hostage. The whole country hostage at this point. Not just with money, but just with the land.
Yeah.
You guys have a more optimistic stance than I do. I think the whole thing's gonna fucking collapse.
Oh, it's definitely going to collapse at some point.
How?
I'll tell you how it's going to collapse.
Go ahead, my nigga.
What's going to happen is that I don't know when this is going to happen.
I'd give it 20 to 30 years.
20 to 30 years is a reasonable. Hey, 3/4. Good of you to show up, bitch.
What up, my nigga?
But
what's happening?
My fucking crystal ball gazing says that like the Fed is going to make the problem as bad as humanly possible and then try to pull the rug out from underneath it. So they're trying to own literally everything. And I think that's just their end game there. They just want to own everything.
You know, it sounds like a fat whale bitch that likes to talk shit on Twitter.
So basically, what the government is planning to be at this point is a monopoly, not just a monopoly, but a corporate feudal.
Wait!
State.
I want Doku to tell me how the fuck this is gonna collapse.
Oh, when I say pull the rug out, I meant pretty simply they're gonna hike interest rates at some point and just let everybody fucking burn.
They can't. They cannot hike interest. They cannot hike interest rates.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What they're gonna do is they're gonna wait until literally nobody can deal without the cheap credit. And I know we're already there, but like I'm talking about like levered up to the point where they own everything as collateral on the debt. And then they'll hike up the interest rates and then take everything.
Now, hang on, wait a minute. Somebody put this shit in the chat. Fucking psycho. He said the only collapse is if we go to war with China. The only way. Wait, Doku, go ahead. Tell me how this collapses, because I'm gonna tell you the only way this collapses. After you're done, go ahead.
Oh no, the way I see it is the only way is you're going to be reissuing currency, and when I say currency, I don't mean money. I mean currency. You reissue the way that we value tangible assets, which would be one method. Or the other method is you let this continue on in perpetuity, and you just continually inflate the dollar, and see where it goes from there. At that point in time, you don't really have an end.
All right. Here's Simba. The only way this collapses. Simba. Yo, I know a bitch that look like Simba. Like, yo, my nigga, right, used to fucking like stay with me and shit. And fucking like he stayed in my bedroom next to mine. And he was banging his Simba bitch, and I was banging my bitch out, right? And we were having a competition about who could make the broad scream louder, right? And I won. And so, like, on the wall behind where I was fucking this bitch, I banged out the beat. I was like, right? Like, yo, anyway, right? So, like, yo, anyway, right? The only way this collapses, right, is if they stop using the dollar as a fucking world reserve currency.
Well, yeah, they'll have to reissue the currency.
It's not really going to happen anytime soon because the United States still is the largest military on the world. We patrol the world's oceans. We're slowly getting away from that, as we're starting to focus more into the European sphere and the Latin American sphere.
Neffle's been watching my channel.
Yeah, I'd say 20 to 30 years. We're going to see more regional powers than a world power anymore. Okay, the whole world power thing is as good as dead. Now we're just on the late stages of it.
Why do you think the Fed is looking at buying things like real estate, trying to buy things that actually have tangible value? Because there will come a point in time where
that's not the deal. That's not the deal. That's not what it's hitting for.
No, but there will come a point in time where the dollar as we have issued right now is not going to have the same type of good faith that it does today. And you will see a reissuance of currency. Things will change. It doesn't matter if it's going to be through bonds or a digital note, or if you're getting some sort of note that's backed up by land or some other promissory. The dollar right now, as it stands, it's done.
Look, you're wrong. Okay. First off, you're wrong. All right, and I'm gonna explain to you why you're wrong. The reason why you're wrong is because you haven't been watching my channel. All right. If you've been watching my channel, you would know what the fuck is going on, and you're not watching my channel, right?
It's fat whale blubber bitches on Twitter just fucking everything.
Yeah, it is. Yo, it's these fat bitches on Twitter, these whale blubber broads who are these whaleophants. They half whale, half elephant. These bitches have stretch marks on their clothes. If they wore corduroys, it would sound like a grasshopper was attacking the city, right? All right.
These fucking SeaWorld residents are just fucking us all over.
Yo, if they was running down the street, it would sound like two walruses playing hot hands while their titties was slapping against them and shit. Right?
Do you think they can run?
No, I don't. I don't in any way. Right.
Maybe
so
they can roll.
Right.
Down a hill.
They could roll and they can float.
Deal.
Spartan kick that bitch, it just disappears into the fucking blubber.
Here's the deal, my nigga. All right. There's 3 countries in the world, right now, that have a positive growth rate and a consumer economy. It's the United States, France, and motherfucking goddamn New Zealand. Okay. Everywhere else in the entire world with a fucking a consumer economy is collapsing. They're all export-based economies. They need the dollar. They need a stable currency because theirs is not stable. So ours is, though our country has been printing money like it's going out of style, and it's fucking tragic, right? India's not and the fucking again, we're talking.
India's not going to be a world power. It's going to be a regional power.
Consumer economies, all right, consumer economies where niggas have money to spend on fucking consumer goods.
India is a manufacturing economy. It won't be as fucked as the rest of the world because it never was part of the world order.
God, I love Neffel. He watches all my content. I love him so much. Nigga, like you like my little brother. Like you the little brother I wish I would have had. I'll be honest with you. Because you listen. Yeah. What I'm saying. India's not a consumer economy, but the rest of the world needs dollars. Right. Desperately. They don't have anything else but dollars.
And plus, most of India is not, there's not like India, as we know, it isn't really a nation state. It's basically a collection. It's a federal state with different provinces that trade amongst themselves.
He watches all my videos like 4 times.
And you are factually wrong, Pinoid. El Salvador just adopted Bitcoin as official currency.
That doesn't make
El Salvador is
they're going to have another economy that's going to be collapsing, right? Because next year, next year, this is why I'm trying to buy a house this year before this shit happens, right? Next year, if you don't buy a house this year, you are fucked because your interest rate's going to be like fucking 12% on some nonsense.
Oh, dude, if you're getting 12% interest rate trying to buy a house next year, you're lucky. Hey, you should be looking at 15 to 18%. Just being generous. 22 to 25 for most people, especially around my age. If you're a millennial and you're getting less than 20%, you're fucking lucky. It's not going to happen. Yeah, but Pino, I have to point out something where you're wrong about in regards to this. The dollar is still built upon debt. I'm sorry, dude. If you cannot keep that debt dynamic going, the dollar is fucked. It might not happen in our lifetime, but it will happen. The dollar is not sustainable.
Like I said,
there's
20
no
to
way
30
around it.
years. 20 to 30 years from now. That should be generous.
The other thing we do have to think about is that the dollar is very unstable in both directions, weirdly enough, because since it's all built on debt, that means that at any particular time, a large amount of that currency is demanded at any particular time because it's debt. It means, especially consumer debt, which doesn't actually produce anything. Consumer debt is actually massively deflationary. And so with like the stupid amounts of it that we have in our economy right now, that means there's going to be less cash in circulation later, regardless of what we do. And so they have to do they hit it from both directions.
Well, let me say this though. Would like okay, so the problem is right is that you have the rest of the world is going to be retiring, right? So they're going to need debt to pay for their retirees.
Correct. 100% correct.
They're going. And a lot of young people across the rest of the world aren't really having kids.
I know.
Most of them move to the cities because that's where all the jobs are.
They're gonna need like fucking like positive bearing fucking assets, and what they're going to buy is treasury bonds, because that is going to be the only thing that goes up in value that allows them to leverage assets against.
Oh, and see, Pino, you actually brought up this point. And normally when it comes to a fiat inflationary currency, this wouldn't be an issue if you kept interest rates at a point where you could actually lower them and avoid any severe negative economic shock. Unfortunately, the Fed has not done that, and they've kept interest rates at almost near zero for long enough that if they try to raise it now, or if they try to raise taxes, what do you think is going to happen if he tries to raise taxes on people who are making $400,000 plus a year on a shared income?
They're going to dip.
It's going to collapse the economy.
The reason why you would buy bonds over crypto is because bonds are a better investment than crypto right now.
Because bonds are reliable, because they have the faith that the government's going to pay it back, because it's government. They can print as much money as they fucking need to.
Insurance, things of this nature, SEC, whatever, right? Crypto, I'll be honest with you, like crypto is a capital motherfucking rich investment, right? And there's not a lot of capital left after all these boomers fucking retire, especially like out of Europe and the United States and Canada, whatever, right? So you have to remember, with an aging population who are going to be pulling their money out of the fucking market as a whole, right? Like you're not going to have individuals to be able to continue to pump that crypto bubble to fuck up.
Oh, and Pino, the problem that we're going to hit right now, it's not going to affect you or me. It's not going to affect people our age. Might not even affect our kids, but it will affect our kids' kids. And what's going to happen is the Fed is only going to have one of two choices. They either keep interest rates low and things stay as is, and you're going to end up with an inflationary environment that is no longer controllable, and other investing countries that are not consumer based are not going to look at the dollar with the same type of confidence that we look at it today. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen in 20 or 30 years, but 40, 50 years, almost inevitable. The other thing that could happen is you're looking at treasury bonds being issued that are going to have rates anywhere between 5 to 20%, depending on what time frame you're looking at, but that could still shock the economy. So unless that comes at a point in time where the economy could accept interest rates that is that high, so why the reason they won't raise taxes, even though Joe Biden wants to, and they won't raise interest rates right now, despite the Fed wanting to, is because they know as soon as they do that, it's going to shock the economy because the velocity of money is so damn low. They don't have a fucking choice. The
velocity of money will even out as far as things are concerned. Right now, it's very low just because of the fact that, like, individuals aren't borrowing because of the price of goddamn fucking goods. And I mean, we just had a massive inflationary spike, right? And it's kind of working itself out, going back to deflation, because inflation leads to deflation. And I mean, like when motherfuckers see massive inflation, they stop spending money, right? Which ends up causing fucking deflation as a whole.
Well, it's not even just that.
For a little while, and then it'll be back to whatever, and it'll even itself out. Now, Psycho, here's the problem with crypto, right? Legitimately, crypto is a shitty investment right now, right? I'm not sure if it's going to be any better by the end of the year, right? But like, I'll be honest with you, bro, there has been no growth in the past month.
Yeah,
right. There's been ups and downs. Like if I had the past month off, I would have made a fuck ton of money because I'd have bought low, sold high, bought low, sold high. That type of shit. I would have put a rack in and just went back and forth with it until I got it up to like 100,000, 200, 300, 400 $1 million, whatever, right? But I haven't had the opportunity to do that. If you had the opportunity to do that, go ham. But I'll be honest with you, it's been off 10 and 15 and 20% a fucking day. And it's been going downward, not up. As far as I'm concerned, crypto's dead until it starts rising again. And I don't know.
I'm gonna.
Bitcoin.
I guess I'm gonna have to hold my
head and shoulders.
I'll have to hold my holdings a little while until the end of the year to see if it'll go up or not. But that's just being hopeful.
To be honest, like if you're looking for a good investment, I think fucking oil futures is the way to go.
Oil?
Oil is. I think it's going to go all the way up to 120 by the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
That's my wheelhouse.
That's not a bad bet. Like, yo, Psycho, I'll be honest with you, right? Bitcoin, again, is capital intensive when you're going to have a capital starved market.
I mostly got like ethers and Algorithms. That's what I mostly invested on.
I got some fucking algor fucking shit or whatever, and then I got what the fuck is it? Oh, I got BitTorrent and Shiba, and some fucking Torbit and shit. But it's not worth holding at the moment, and I'm just waiting to see if it goes back up.
Yeah.
I pulled out, like honestly, God, I pulled out of the crypto market like 4 days before it crashed.
The only thing I care about when it comes to crypto is I've been accumulating Harmony and Cardano, but I'm not like heavily invested in either. Those are long. Those are long.
I only invest like maybe $100 to $300. That was it. That was my limit, and then just wait to see.
I've got like $50 in crypto just to keep track of where the price is on some certain ones that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Nacho Damas got a jar.
I'm not big into massive risks. I like to do like little risks, little rewards.
Yo, this nigga got a jar of dirt. Nigga, land motherfucking always be motherfucking shit.
I still got about $3 silver coins since 2019, and a shit ton of quarters and pennies.
Yo, I made myself money, and I made y'all money, and I mean like legit. Like, yo, I made $2,000 on just motherfucking Dogecoin alone. I mean, it is what it is. But yo, look, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of drunk. It's 11 o'clock, nigga. I'm about to go lay my ass.
Dogecoin at the time.
I'm about to go lay down because like I'm tired. So I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna end this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's been about an hour and a half. Thank you everybody for coming the fuck out. You know what I mean? This is about the end of it. Make sure you go fucking like help Trippy out or whatever it is. You know how the fuck that works. You know what I mean? Like look for the shit out, know what it is. You know what I mean? Look, I'm Tom Pease with Pinoy News. You know the situation. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna fuck up out of here, man. Peace. And bro.